It's Madden NFL 22, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Ravens and the Panthers, and it comes your way next.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerge from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And Charles, our ball game here featuring a couple of young quarterbacks a lot of people have their eye on. Lamar Jackson of the Ravens, Sam Darnold of the Panthers.
Yeah, Brandon, we're starting to see some of the old guard moving on. Guys like Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning. And in their place, there have been some dynamic young guys who have come into the league, not just this year, but in the last 3 or 4 years in particular. They've really changed the quarterback position. And I think both of these guys fit into that category. Youth is being served.
Panther kicker Zane Gonzalez has us ready to go, and we are underway here from Bank of America Stadium. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
They go play action with Jackson. On the move to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. A little juke.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Powering his way forward. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. But Jackson going to hold on to it again. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. That's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. He's to the 10 and down to the 7-yard line. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front. We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They go play action now. Jackson, blitz coming, and down he goes. Hassan Reddick coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Lamar Jackson, for all the talents of escaping pressure that he possesses, he was helpless to do much of anything there. He had no chance. Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely, because remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were out of him instantly. And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. Ninth play now, this long opening drive. Can they cash it in on 3rd and goal? Throwing is Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and the Ravens strike first. It 3's him. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense. And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. So here now are the Panthers for their first drive of the game. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold. And the thing with Sam Darnold is we know the skill set is there. May not be the most mobile or strongest arm quarterback in the league, but usually plays with really good poise, and at his best, like a point guard in basketball, able to move around and distribute the rock. Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases. Coming up on 2nd and 7. To throw is Darnold. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. And that particular play just came from the outside.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Darnold now to throw. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And that'll hit and go out of bounds, so they'll start just outside their own 40-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf. And shutting him off, now open field. How did he stay on his feet? And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big pickup there on the run.
Geez, I mean, what more can you say about Lamar Jackson? We know that he's got the quickness and the agility, but, you know, if you wanted proof of his straight line speed, look no further.
And to anyone who gets concerned when they see a quarterback running with the football, you just let him be himself. Let him be him. And I guess what you'd say there is hard to hit what you can't catch.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The return is Duvernay. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early. to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest. And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Again, Jackson will keep it.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete here.
So many times we've seen him trying to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
2nd and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
We need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that
one. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Patrick Ricard
taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. And I guess that's where you turn on 4th and goal to your muscle back there. Hand him the football. He does the dirty work.
I think you're asking a lot of your defense there, right? Having to make the stand, have to prepare for just about any type of play to be called, and then here comes the power right at you. On that play, the big man got into the end zone.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. That time, a 9-play drive, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go. And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Our score after one right here on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. And that's incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down, even though he's still in the pocket. He had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Buying time to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Now it's Darnold. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That's on the former Army Ranger, Alejandro Villanueva. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. On 2nd and 12, Jackson. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A 1st down throw, Darnold. He gets it to Thomas. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. Touchdown, Carolina! Ian Thomas, 45 yards. And the Panthers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor, and he shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And that makes it 14-10. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. After the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Call it no gain on the second down. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Jackson from the shotgun. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss.
13 yards remaining on second down. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Jackson now. Flush to his right. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Here we go.
Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 31.
Jackson running again.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Second and 5. Now a handoff for Dobbins.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Forced out to his left. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
One receiver right is Watkins. Jackson looking to throw on third. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. Not only does he not have a catch, I don't think he's been targeted in this game, but they're winning.
And if you ask a receiver of his magnitude, he'll tell you that it's because everyone is focused on him anyway. Okay, you've taken it away. No catches, no targets, but we're still winning. I've opened things up for the rest of my team. I know how receivers think.
They've been using him as a decoy, and effectively so. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and now it's second down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Darnold. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, standing just about on his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken right at the 35. Fighting his way through contact. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Now Jackson.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll bring up a 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. Being chased out left.
And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome, everyone, to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Ravens. And you can see they've had tremendous success running the football. Close to 200 yards total, with the 3rd and 4th quarters still to come. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Panthers ready to go back to work to start the 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
A good gain on first, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A handoff left, McCaffrey.
And this is going to be a Panthers first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. McCaffrey. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Second and 11 now.
Let's go, deep, tighten up. Let's go, deep, tighten up.
Darnold gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Darnold from the gun. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big play there on the catch and run.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Draw play, Darnold giving to McCaffrey. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw, Darnold. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Gonzalez out now to try the Panther field goal. This a 43-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. On the return is Duvernay. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Steps away to his left.
And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Bring it!
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Jackson going to run again.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Jackson.
That's complete to the fullback, Ricard.
They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs, because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
Sam Darnold and the Carolina offense set to take over here.
How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Oh, nice. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the 2nd half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the 2nd half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
And a tight game after punting last time. See if they...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that challenge, a successful one. Darnold throw complete there to Thomas. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold. To the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
On first down, Darnold. And this is incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Throwing again is Darnold. Pass incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there's no way that ball was going to be caught.
2nd and 10 now, 3rd quarter from Charlotte. Darnold now to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Darnold. Thomas has got it. Complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. The drive will start with an option going left. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And Jackson going to hold on to it again. And for a 2nd straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Jackson. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. Oh, he's got a little daylight line. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That play could never get started thanks to the defensive effort of Shaq Thompson. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line that hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
The Ravens on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is third down and 12. From the gun, Jackson going deep here for Watkins. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Dobbins.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
Taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Ravens have once again taken the lead.
Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now Abdullah, the return.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
3 down, 3 down. 40's the line.
On first down, it's Darnold.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Darnold. To the right side and complete to Thomas. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Darnold. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21.
And they'll begin by running the option.
The quick feet by Jackson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Again, Jackson will keep it.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, they have had success when he keeps the ball in the option, but not there. I mean, you just saw exactly why many old NFL coaches would say, don't use your quarterback in the running game.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Jackson now. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
He was looking for Rashad Bateman there.
And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Derek Brown able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
At that time, finally a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
After the sack on 1st down, Jackson slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Now Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Now Abdullah, the return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On second down at 4, Darnold. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Play action. It's Darnold. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. Shakes off the sack. Staying on his feet. He's going to lose 17 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and forever. Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Ravens have got it. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head coach, and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. He gets this underneath to Dobbins, and they'll get him down short of the 1st down, right on the 10-yard line. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Panthers will get the football back. So Darnold and the Panthers now down 23-17. A little under 1:50 remaining. They'll need to take this football a full 90 yards here as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Darnold. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Shifts by at the 15. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. Darnold. And his throw here's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Here's Darnold. Now this is caught. He hits more. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They were down to their final 2 plays. They needed something to get them started. That was the one.
And it was a big one indeed. And so now they get a chance to continue to go downfield. Let's see if they go for a big one here.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Darnold to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Darnold now to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Darnold. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are on the field?
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now it's Darnold. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. Trying to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. He's back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
This is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.